Okay. So I am back. Short presentation. I actually put it together here in the past half hour or so. But there are people who left comments in the chat room already that I want to touch on briefly. I did not know that mutt that he recently got already bit someone. That dog Major bitten someone already. Now is that a new dog? You saying that's the old dog and they sent it away to get trained. As soon as it came back, it bit someone else. Oh my goodness! I keep telling people Joe Biden is an idiot. The guy is an idiot. Oh man, we got people in the house. La la. Man, I did not expect many people to be here because where I am is 5:47 in the morning. Mr. Payne Cooper. Okay, so I just looked this up. It says this was published a week ago. Joe Biden introduces new dog commander to the White House after embattled dog Major booted for biting issues. What it says, it bit people 8 days in a row. Oh, wow. Now, I covered a story. I did a story or a video about this mutt biting people. I didn't know it bit people 8 days in a row. 8 days in a row? And, of course, he got that mutt from a shelter, if I'm not mistaken, right? Oh my, this is the worst type of president possible, man. Really? Here it goes right here. 8 days in a row. Man, do these people have any idea how bad this looks? Especially as a president. Really? This is why Donald Trump refused to have a dog. Because stuff like this, I believe Trump feels is beneath him. Beneath him to have dog slobber on him. Now, Trump has done horrible things, but I think he's shown more self-respect and intelligence during his reign in office than Joe Biden. And let me tell you something, people. Uh, Joe Biden, in his current administration, has shown more disdain for black Americans than Donald Trump ever has while he was in office. By far. And I'm saying already. I hate to hammer people with this again, but a lot of my people are brainwashed into thinking that Joe Biden is some type of savior, some type of president who's much better than Donald Trump. It's not even close. It is not. And the same goes for that vice president, Kamala Harris. These people literally hate black people, and they are making it known in a way Donald Trump never had while he was in office. This man is horrible. On top of that, he's a dog nut. I tried to tell y'all, slave masters primarily transformed into dog nuts. Oh man, I cannot laugh. I have a sore tooth. Please forgive my speech. I'm dealing with a swollen face right now. A swollen face. I have these. I took this medication and it's forming these like ulcers or sores, and it's terrible. So my speech might be a little bit impaired. You probably noticed on yesterday's live stream. But yeah, I agree. Joe Biden, impeach this guy, man. This guy has got to be impeached, man. And on top of his insanity, he's a dog nut. My goodness, what a nightmare. Um, and what in the world, people? I did not even know this. Some of you may have seen this on yesterday's live stream. Welcome, welcome. Exalted in the house. All right. Exalted, I think she's been a member for 3 months. Hautane, I think has been a member for a month so far. All right, shout out to everybody in the room. Did y'all know this? This is unbelievable to me. The cost of a service dog is around $15,000 to $30,000 up front. Some can cost upwards of $50,000 depending on their specific tasks and responsibilities. People, they are selling these worthless carcass scavengers that are not even worth a penny for $15,000 to $50,000 and up. Can you believe that? And that's the whole point of making money or hustling people, is to sell them something for nothing and sell it, well, sell them really nothing for something. Sell them something that really has absolutely no value for a whole bunch of money. Nowhere is that better seen than this dog nut culture. These worthless, toxic, contaminating carcass scavengers sold for $50,000. You got to be kidding me. Just shows you how brainwashed we are right now. These dog nuts, they gotta go. They gotta go. There's no trying to reason with these people. This is insane. Can you believe that? More than a car. What? More than a car. What in the world? I don't know. I have no idea. A lot of these politicians, they're really dog nuts. They are bona fide dog nuts. And a lot of them, I think they want to win over the dog nut world because that's the majority. At least in the United States, 65% of homes own dogs. That's the majority of the population. You know, it's sort of in your best interest to suck up to dog nuttery. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. But I wanted to talk about something here. Those of you who keep up with the news, Brooklyn Curry is making the rounds again in the news. And I expect this to happen several times throughout her recovery. And I'm disappointed, and this is a very infuriating situation that's going on here with her. Now, some people in the chat room have pointed out Stockholm Syndrome. It definitely is some type of mental issue, man, where you can get mutilated the way she did and not say not one negative thing about dog ownership. To me, that's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. I feel like I've been given a gift of being able to put myself in people's shoes. And I can imagine laying up in the bed with my upper lip missing. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the attack? She said that pit bull was hanging from her lip. She was holding that dog up with her lip until it came off. Then she saw blood everywhere. Then she looked over and saw her upper lip. Okay. Laying up in the hospital, just think of all the things that went through her mind. How could the fact that a dog is responsible for her going through all of this, how could that not touch her? How can she not reflect on being a dog nut. Like, man, had I simply not gone into that house, had I simply not walked up and tried to pet that mutt, had I just been an anti-dog person, this would have never happened. That dog is responsible for what I'm going through right now. And she has all the time in the world to reflect on this. You would think somebody like this would come out and say, hey, if you own a bully breed, you might not want to if you have kids or something. Give some type of advice. You should speak against dog ownership, at least in some kind of way. I mean, really? You go through this where you missing a flipping top lip, and day by day goes by and you never say anything? As a matter of fact, the only thing you have to say is that you love dogs, even after the attack. So this is one of the articles that surfaced, and this surfaced 2 days ago. For the past few days, Brooklyn has been making the rounds in the news again. Pro skateboarder and model shares her journey of healing after losing lip. She says she wants to inspire as many people as possible. And here's my objection. Inspire them to do what? Is my question. She said the first time she saw her face after surgery, it was scary. Again, these are moments where a bunch of thoughts are going through your head. You would think a bunch of regrets. She has to go through surgery after surgery, look at herself in the mirror every day. She has to come to grips with the fact that she is no longer eye candy in the eyes of people who thought she was. That she has lost out on so many opportunities now. Her life has been shattered, all because of a dog. A dog was solely responsible. And you have nothing to say? I'm sorry, people. This sounds like a possessed individual who is a member of a cult. And this is part of their ritual. Never turn your back against the demon, the dog, their object of worship. She said the first time she saw her face after surgery, it was scary. And then she said, but I was like, okay, it's time to love this new version of myself for now. Listen, she said, I want people to know that they're not alone if they're going through something like this. End quote. She did not say that she want people to know to get rid of dogs. That she wants people to know to be careful. Never take your eyes off of bully breeds. To stay away from bully breeds. You don't want people to know that. You don't want people to know that they should not allow dogs around their kids. If all it took was for Brooklyn to turn her head for that dog to attack, just think of all the things that children do. They do a lot more than simply turning their heads. You have no advice for parents who have these things inside of their home, roaming off leash, kids in a home? No, she's not going to say anything about that because that would go against her religion. These people, their nuttery, their love for dogs, that is their religion. And I challenge any dog nut who is a Christian to dispute that. And I bet you anything, excuse me, I can look at your social media and prove that your religion is dogs. Because I'm not going to see Jesus plastered all over your Instagram. I'm going to see dogs. You are going to have dogs on your bumper stickers and so forth. Not Jesus or none of that. These people worship dogs 100%. You want people to know that they're not alone. In other words, I want people to accept the attack. That's what she's saying. Anybody who's been attacked and have been disfigured, accept it. And here, look at me as a source of inspiration. Follow my example. Accept it and don't say anything negative about dogs. As a matter of fact, this article continues where it talks about how she loves hanging out with her Pomchi, which is a dog. Look at the rituals involved in this nuttery, people. Notice how they included that, how she offered that information to these journalists. Quote, she loves hanging out with her Pomchi, a Pomeranian mix with a Chihuahua named Pickles. And this is what one of those Pomchis look like. A very small dog. Now, I think it's unlikely that Brooklyn owns a bully breed anytime in the future. I think she'll continue to be a dog nut. She may even still be willing to go around bully breeds, around big dogs. Let's just say big dogs. I don't want to exclude any other big dogs. But I don't think, I question whether or not she's willing to own one. But the thing is, why doesn't she at least suggest that parents own small dogs rather than the one that bit her lip off? I mean, you have no advice at all? How is that even possible? How is that possible? And at the end of this article, she says, I'm learning to love myself. I want to inspire as many people as I can. This woman, her whole world has been shattered. I mean, just turned upside down, and the dog is responsible for it. You're telling me we can't even recruit dog nuts like this? Isn't that incredible? Think of all of you who was never disfigured by a dog, but you were smart enough to know that dogs are incompatible with humans and our society, our civilizations. And you are now an anti-dog person. It didn't require that you get disfigured first to figure that out. Some of you, myself included, may have even rubbed on a dog before. But you were smart enough to reach the point where you're at now. This girl and others like her, they are disfigured. Remember that guy who had his limbs cut off and he kept his dog? In fact, he was seen in the photo rubbing that same dog with his nubs. Right? Let me see if I can pull this up. Isn't that a powerful, powerful energy? That's a powerful energy, man. Source of energy. One that could have you this disfigured. Now you're in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. World has been turned upside down. You can no longer work. Now you have to sit in the house for the rest of your life until you die and collect unemployment or whatever, disability. And you mean to tell me you still love dogs? Nothing, nothing can turn these people away from dogs. That's why, you have to go beyond these dog nutters. I don't say the things that I say on this channel in hopes that I reform them. Now, if I do, good. But I don't have high hopes of doing that. The people I want to hopefully influence are people who are not under this spell, who have power, politicians, lawmakers, because you can definitely not go to these people. My goodness. So I assume every time she surfaces in the media, it's going to be something negative and very unfortunate. It's going to involve her being loyal and faithful to her God, dogs, and never ever speaking out against dog ownership ever. That's one of the main reasons I think they keep bringing her back. That's one of the main reasons they keep doing articles on her, because she's fallen in line. Okay, good. She has not said anything negative about dogs. As a matter of fact, all she does is continue to heap praise on dogs and dog ownership. Again, she went on that talk show and literally said, I played the video. The man asked her, are you now afraid of dogs? She said, no, I love dogs. And here she shared the information that she loves hanging out with her dog. I assume that if she ever turns into an anti-dog person and speaks out against dog ownership, speaks out against dogs in our society, that they're going to stop writing articles on her. She will lose sponsors. She will lose followers, a whole lot of support, because on her social media, they are heaping praises on her for not turning her back on dogs. This is a well-organized cult that we're dealing with. Isn't that crazy? What? Yes. Isn't it crazy how often it seems like it's always pit bulls? It is always some type of bully breed. Somebody pointed out in the chat room. And these pit bull nutters, pit bull advocates, they still support pit bulls with all the confidence in the world. It's pretty crazy. And they still have the nerve to say that pit bulls are no more dangerous than any other dog. They still have the nerve to say that. It's very rare that we run across mutilations, children, babies who've been attacked. It's very rare that it was not a bully breed. It's always some type of cross, bully breed mix or whatever. And these things are still being sold in shelters and whatnot. Crazy, crazy world we live. People, if y'all have kids, I don't have kids. If y'all have kids, please always tell your kids, if they ever bring dogs in there, to let you know. To let you know. I wish I did have kids. I wish I did have, because I would make so much noise, because I know these people would bring mutts around my kids. Yeah. D-Raw said they can't help it. They are weak-minded and desperate for attention and fake love. This is a huge problem too. A lot of people are desperate for attention. Insecurity is a huge problem in this country, man. People are willing to die for attention. Like literally. They want to be praised. They want to be in the spotlight. all of that is out of insecurity. I don't know exactly what it is, but this culture produces insecure people, and it produces them on purpose. I mean, just constantly instilling insecurities into people, and people will do any and everything to get attention. It's despicable. Um, Believe it or not, one of the reasons I don't get on camera is because I honestly don't. I don't enjoy that type of attention where people just, give you attention just to give you attention, just because they think you're a cool person or whatever. I've had people sit up and listen to me speak, and they had not understood a word that I said because their mind was drifting off on something else. Maybe admiring my ability to get attention or whatever. But attention is, what's the word I'm looking for? It is exaggerated, overvalued. Definitely, it's overvalued. It's not as valuable as people think. It's not what people think it is. For example, I refuse to own a Cadillac. I refuse to own a Lincoln or any other luxury vehicle. I refuse. Granted, I like the design. I've been into art my whole life. So I like the designs. They make the luxury cars a little fancier. Okay. But when I got older, I realized that there is nothing special about luxury cars. All they do is give you a bunch of amenities, a bunch of extra little toys that you can install yourself, right? They put softer suspension that you can install yourself. You can get air struts, have a softer ride. They put wood grain in the interior, which you can install yourself. I have them in my vehicle. It's like here, I'll share a photo with you. Y'all not going to believe this. I'm going to share with all of you the type of vehicle that I drive. And I purchased this vehicle on purpose because I don't want to look like a young thug. I want to look like a family man. I bought a vehicle to look like a family man, to keep the cops at bay. And I drive a 2010 Dodge Journey. Okay? I drive a 2010 Dodge Journey. And I wanted some luxurious amenities. So you know what I did? I went online and I ordered a dash kit. And the interior of my Dodge Journey looks like this. And you literally cannot tell the difference. It looks like real wood grain. It's even laminated. So it's got that like polished look to it. Boom. I wanted leather seats. And I went out, people, and I found the most expensive seat covers I could possibly find. Okay? And let me show you here. Here they go. Is that it? Or here it goes. So I went out and bought these seat covers. So my point is, I bought everything that's included in a luxury vehicle and save the whole lot of money. Do y'all know you have to pay extra money for everything that's in a Cadillac? You want new anything, you're going to have to pay. It's like a luxury tax. And I'm like, man, look, I'm not, y'all not gonna rip me off. You're not gonna hustle me. You're basically paying extra money just because it's a Cadillac. I don't think so. I don't think so. Isn't that crazy? But a person who is insecure, they have to have a Cadillac. They have to have a Mercedes Benz. No, no, I'm not going to buy leather seat covers. I'm not going to buy all these amenities extra. No, I want a real Mercedes Benz. I want a real BMW. And the people at these luxury companies are sitting back laughing their way to the bank. Like, ha ha. You're not getting anything in these luxury vehicles that you can't install yourself for way cheaper of a price. So yeah, insecurity. I was talking about insecurity. Insecurity is a big, big problem. Man, it's a big problem. And it leads to our people doing a lot of crazy suicidal things, man. Very suicidal things. Yeah. Yeah, and I hoped so much that I didn't make people uncomfortable, but you know, I don't go around attacking groups of people, whether it be white people, Asian people, Indian people. I make a point to be positive towards everybody. Even the bad things that groups have done in their past. What group hasn't done bad things in the past? We've all done bad things in the past. And it's all about recognizing it and making the future positive, right? So I get very annoyed when people try to come out and degrade groups of people for no, even dog nuts. I go in on dog nuts, but that's part of what I'm talking about. Trying to improve the culture. Look, these things are child killers, and they're the only child killers in this country. Of course, I'm going to be dead set against them. You know, I think when you address a problem out of genuine concern, it works better. It's more effective than simply, being sarcastic and condescending, you know. So yeah, that just irked me. Just you talking about the prime minister, like what for what? Really? My goodness, are you that brainwashed? Yes, you are. And that guy with the FBI, the U.S. Army veteran, that was some heroic stuff right there, man. That was hardcore heroic stuff. And if he were black, he wouldn't be able to do that. They would not allow him in their circles like that. Again, he was at a cross burning ceremony. He wouldn't have been allowed to be there if he was a brother. And a lot of it, and all throughout history. Now, don't get me wrong. Ever since, and see, this is the thing. The good people have never been put on the pedestal throughout and that's always been the problem. Throughout slavery, Jim Crow, people, there's always been white people against it, against slavery, against the government, against these laws. They're just never put on a pedestal. They're never given power and fame, which tells you what? That the evil people control the world. The Satanists control the world. And I don't see many platforms on the internet that put good people on a pedestal. And I try to do that. I try my best to do that here on this channel. You know, I don't know why people are looked at as, I don't know, soft or not cool or corny if they try to stand up for what's right. But listen, I'm gonna make it look cool. I'm gonna do my best to make it look hip, to stand up against insanity, stupidity, dog nuttery. You don't want to look like a buffoon out here. You don't want to make an idiot out of yourself. You out here treating a predator like a family member. Stop it. And it's so easy. That's the thing. It's so easy, in my opinion, to break down the lunacy involved in it. I mean, without even dealing with statistics, you know, it's jaw-dropping. Jaw-dropping. The things that they're willing to risk simply to keep a dog around to rub on them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I have to laugh. Yeah, what is this? What a crazy world we live in. Dog owners are caring people. Some are deluded though. Yeah, I pointed out before. There are many dog lovers or dog owners who are caring people. And you know, some of these dog owners, you'll never see them being nasty or mean to people. But the problem I have with those people is how blind they are to the possible harm that their dog could inflict onto others. If they have a small dog, you know, I'm frustrated with their failure to recognize that they are still a pollutant. They're still toxic. You know, you're still subjecting other people to allergens, to dog excrement, dog urine, barking, disease, germs, you know? And like I said before, those small dogs can still attack babies. They have attacked babies. And the fact that they're so deluded and brainwashed, that is a problem. I think the ability to hold things up to scrutiny should be common in a population. That what's, you know, what'll keep them strong and prevent people from being taken advantage of. You got to be able to do that. Whoa, are you serious? Somebody, hey, let me look that up before I repeat that. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, I got to share this. I got to share this. Why didn't I know about this? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's false. It's false. It's false. I just pulled up. Somebody said that a Korean McDonald's is going to start serving dog meat, but I just found some articles that said that was false rumors. Okay, I wouldn't put it past them though, you know. But apparently that was fake news. That's funny. Technological disobedience. I have to look into that. Channel. I had to share it with the world. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. Said you made a video about my rant. I'll copy it now and check it out. Do y'all know they're still pulling me in? They're still pulling us in to work. I had to work yesterday, and I have to work again today. I usually get like a week off. You know how you get a week or so off for Christmas, get that long Christmas break. They're not even giving it to us. forcing us to come into work. I'm very disappointed. But during this time, I still get a lot of days off. I have more time to listen to other people's content, and that really bothers me. And you know, I want to apologize to people who make content, and you know, I just don't have the time to really watch. But I'm going to try to get caught up now. But a lot of excellent videos being made. There was something I wanted to talk about. A chef Muttmeat uploaded another video. What was that? Of this mutt. This mutt that, have y'all noticed? Yeah, it was a video about a dog that had a German Shepherd that had been killed by a cougar. Killed by a cougar. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Okay, here we go. And when I saw this video, it just popped into my mind like, here, let me share it with you real quick. Now it says, was it? Oh, it's the leopard. Leopard loves German shit tard. That's the name of the video. Now, what I wanted to point out is look at the size of that dog. That dog looked like it's the same size as the leopard, if not bigger. That dog is huge. But have y'all noticed that when a cat is the same size as a dog, the dog doesn't stand a chance. It's not even competitive. It's so lopsided. Cats are so superior of a killer that cats look at dogs as a meal, not a formidable fight. No, it's food. And this is the case. This is always the case. Cats are the apex predators of this planet. Dogs simply are no match. And as I watched this, I reflected on the fact that even though these cats, these big cats, are far superior killers compared to dogs, you pretty much don't have to worry about them attacking you. These same killers would prefer to run away from you. These same killing machines, these cats, try to avoid humans. Whereas dogs, they will threaten you if they see you from afar, and they will try to attack you. Dogs are far more aggressive than big cats. It's not even close. That's why those researchers were motivated to do that study where they put the tracker on the mountain lions. They wanted to know, why don't these things attack people more often? Which, in my opinion, lets you know that these things are very abnormal. And think about it. Dogs are far more aggressive than the superior killers, the cats. Yet, dogs are far more pampered. Dogs are taken care of by people and have been for, what, thousands of years, hundreds of years? You would think dogs would be far more peaceful than big, wild cats. They are not. It's the exact opposite. And you want to view these things as the saviors to mankind, as man's best friend, and all of that nonsense. I don't think so. And I cannot wait until we wake more people up to the obvious truth that's right in front of our face. Right? Um, as brainwashed as people are, this dog nuttery cult is such a joke and is so easily debunked that you don't have to expend much energy debunking it. And that's the good part. Yeah. Somebody said the leopard must have had a bad owner. Man, oh man. You remember I showed a bunch of videos of people who encountered mountain lions out in the wild. None of them were attacked. Mountain lions, uh, even the one that was protecting its young, it didn't attack the man. It just wanted to chase him off. It could have killed him at any moment, and it refused. It just wanted him to go away. Mountain lions see a human out there in the wild with them. No threats, no hissing, like a dog would bark, none of that. They just went on about their business. That's the behavior of a natural animal to this planet. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Dogs do the very opposite. That's a big reason they deserve to be exterminated, because they don't function. They don't operate like normal, natural animals. Crazy stuff, man. We are living in the Matrix for real. So big shout out to everybody who joined me early this morning. Feel a lot better. Wanted to talk about this. We'll see if Brooklyn can change her tone and snap out of it and wake up someday and do the right thing. Brooklyn, you're listening to this video. You're not doing the right thing right now. You're not. And we'll see if she gets around to giving young people advice, telling them to stay away from these things. Brooklyn, just imagine if that were a child that dog attacked rather than you. Do you think they would have survived? Keep in mind, when dogs attack kids, it's usually the face and neck area. And even with her, it aimed for her face. The problem is, like I showed in the members area. Y'all remember, those who are members, I had the video still up where I talk about and I show photos of how dogs easily crush the skulls of kids because it's easier to, their skull bone is not fully developed. So had that dog attacked the child, could have very well crushed the child's skull or broken the child's bones in no time, killed the child in no time. Brooklyn, what if that were a child? You're telling me you don't even have it in you to tell young people that, you know, a lot of people, young people follow your Instagram, follow you on social media. You don't even think it's beneficial to suggest to them to not go around dogs. You don't even tell them to never go around dogs alone. I mean, nothing, just absolutely nothing. Anything she has to say about dogs is, oh, I love dogs, and nothing has changed. That is sickening. To me, that's just as sick and demented as this satanic takeover of rap music. You know, a lot of people, they come to my house. They find out, they hear me playing music, and they wonder why I don't listen to rap. It's because I figured out that those rappers, all of them, are required to sell their souls to Satan, or really to participate in Satanism. These demonic cults, these rituals. And I figured out through research and admissions that they don't even get a record deal unless they talk about all this evil, sick, derogatory stuff. And I refuse to fill my ears with that satanic sickness, you know, and it's hard to get people, it's hard to pull them away from rap music. This reminds me of that. Hard to pull these people away from something so sick and evil and demonic. Now, granted, look, I still love the way rappers put words together. And if I can find some clean lyrics, some positive, and they are available, and I do listen to them. Something that's strictly positive, I will listen to it. I just hate how they've taken over our music and basically forced us dangling carrots. And okay, yeah, we'll give you a record deal. You'll have all the wealth you could ever dream of, but you have to talk about this. There are rappers who've admitted, who come out and confess. They say, yeah, I came into the record company rapping this, and they told me no, that I need to rap about this, this, and that, because that is what's going to sell. And they gave in and rap. It did what they said. So yeah, this is very similar to me. Let's hope her and other victims get around to speaking out against dogs in some way, hopefully in the most profound way, but at least some way. This is pretty pathetic, I think, for Brooklyn Curry, and it's making her look very bad, like a person with no dignity, with no intelligence, all because you want that attention from people. Just like a follower said in the chat room, these people are desperate, insecure, and want attention, and they're willing to tell the audience whatever the audience wants to hear. But really, what people, I think, really want to hear is the truth. They want to hear the truth. And as long as you stand by the truth, stand by what's right, people will listen and people will support you. All right, so big shout out to everybody who joined the stream, and I will see you all on the next as we continue with this crusade against these worthless mutants and their enabling owners.